Hey guys, hope you're having a very fine Monday so far, and welcome to Last Week in Cinema, where I talk about all the news in the world of movies that occurred last week. And I do it like this because I work during the time when most cinema news drops, so I'm not able to do individual movies just to cover each individual topic. So I made this show so that I could talk about each of them in just one big show. I had originally done it because I was working night shift, until like normally the end of the week, but I recently had my schedule changed and now I'm on more of a swing shift, so I'm up during the day, which kind of sucks for me because I hate sunlight and I'm out in the sun a lot, so yes, go ahead and pity me. Okay, so I have a few things to take care of before we actually start the show, and just to let you know, I am tweaking things a little bit compared to the first few episodes that I did, because I've barely even been doing this for like a month or two, and I just want to change things a little bit to make it a little bit more fine-tuned. But first off, if you're new to Exploring Cinema, please be sure to click on that subscribe button to get notifications on everything that's happening on the channel, and other ways to help support the channel, after subscribing, are the channel's Facebook page, which I will have a link for in the description down below, as well as the Patreon page for this channel, which also has a description. And the reason why I have a Patreon account is because I am an amateur film critic and pundit, emphasis on amateur. And I am using the bare minimum software and equipment. I am using a gaming computer for all my show notes that is running out of space with each little bit of show notes because I am a hoarder when it comes to files involving the work with the channel. And for all of my videos, I use Windows Movie Maker for all of my editing. And for those of you who are familiar with editing, you know that Windows Maker is the most basic editing software you can get for a Windows computer. So I made the account so that anybody who enjoys what I'm doing, or at least understands what I'm trying to accomplish with the channel, can help support me if they choose, whether it's for $1 a month or $5 a month, and really that's all I ask for. Now, what do you get for being a Patreon? Well, for $1 a month, I actually do want to make sure that I got this. Yes, I'm starting off small because I don't really know how to do it, but for $1 a month you will get updates on how things are going with the channel, including knowing what my future projects are as for my film reviews. Like I said, very, very basic. But if you choose to donate $5 a month, you will also, on top of the stuff with a $1 membership, you will also get priority in recommending films to me to review, and I will give you a personal shout out during that video for recommending it to me, because I like doing that a lot. I've recently recorded a couple of videos where I give shout outs to some coworkers who asked me to review a movie that they really like, and I like that shout out because I like getting everybody involved who watches my channel, because I really appreciate everything that you guys do. But hey, if you're one of those people who can give me any suggestions on what else I should offer for $1 or $5 patrons, I'm open to suggestions. Just remember, I am a broke bastard. I do not make that much money. And also, as most of you probably know, I started out solely as a film critic on this channel, and the majority of my content will always be film reviews because I feel like that's what I'm best at. And one thing that I like to do at the beginning of each show is I like to let you guys know what I've been doing recently as far as film reviews, especially last week. So last week, here's the ones that I did. I did James Wan's first Conjuring film. I did a review of Joe Wright's Darkest Hour, which Gary Oldman has been getting a lot of Oscar buzz around. I did The Big Lebowski, and I also released a video on the new Aaron Sorkin film, Molly's Game. I will have the links for those in the description down below. And so go ahead and check them out. Okay, now, the first thing that I do when I actually get into topics, I like to cover the weekend box office. And the way that I do it, I focus on the top 5 in the box office for US domestic, and then I look at the domestic total for each film, and then after that I add the everything up to get the worldwide total. So I'll show you how it goes. I go from 5 to 1. So for this weekend, which was, I think it was January 12th through the 14th, yes. Technically, okay, I actually forgot, it's Martin Luther King Day, I keep forgetting, so it's probably going to be like a 4-day weekend. But you know what, right now I'm going off of, Friday to Sunday. Oh well, that's fine. So, number 5 is The Greatest Showman, with a US domestic weekend of 11.8 million, with an overall domestic total of 94.5 million, with an overall worldwide total of 194, not 49, 0.6 million. I'm really happy with this one, because, like, I really did enjoy the movie. It's like, I know I gave it like a 3 or a 3.5 as far as my rating, but I just really enjoyed it because of the music. And I'm really glad to see that it's not, I'm pretty sure it's either already made its money back or it's close to. I would have to look up, excuse me, I would have to look up the budget later. Okay, and then in 4th place is the new Insidious sequel, Insidious: The Last Key. The US domestic weekend is 12.1 million, with an overall domestic total of 48.3 million, and then the worldwide total as of about 5 this morning is 92.5 million. And that movie, it's one of those normal horror movies where it costs like around 10 million or so, and the movie's able to make its money back within the first day. You know how it is. I mean, that's how a lot of Blumhouse movies ended up getting so much money back. Okay, and then 3rd place is The Commuter. This one's a little bit different because it's in its first week, so then I can't do the domestic total. Also, I can't find any information for how it's doing overseas. So all I can stick with for right now is the first weekend US domestic weekend box office, which was 13.4 million. And I have no idea how much money the film cost, but from what I saw from the trailers, it's probably not that much. I would say 50, 60, I don't know. Number 2 is The Post, and actually, I have a review coming out. I don't know if it's releasing before this video comes out or after, but today I am coming out with a review of The Post, the Steven Spielberg movie with Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep. Go ahead and check it out if it's already on there. Anyway, US domestic weekend for this weekend is 18.6 million, with an overall domestic total of 23.1 million, and also the worldwide total is not calculated so far, so I can't get anything from that. And then number 1 is Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Okay, I gotta say, the last time that I did Last Week in Cinema was, I think, 5 weeks ago, and at that point Star Wars was, you know, it looked like it was gonna stay in number 1 for a while, and it came in 6th, and I just find it hilarious that Jumanji is still going pretty strong. But anyway, for Jumanji, the sequel, the US domestic weekend was 27 million, almost 27.1, but not enough, with a domestic total of 283.1 million, and the overall worldwide total is 666.1 million. That's a weird number. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been out of the loop for a little while. I took a break after Christmas Eve, and I really haven't been focusing on anything like the news or box office, so I don't know how this is doing compared to previous weekends, really. So other weeks, I promise that there will be more substance to the weekend box office report, but, you know, I'm getting I'm starting to get back into the swing of things. Hell, I'm already stuttering and, you know, it's a little bit harder because I'm not used to this anymore. Okay, so one of the things that I did change, and also, hold on, I gotta, I'm trying to adjust so that I'm really comfortable, and this chair that I'm putting the laptop on has like a foot bar, and I like balancing on it so I could just sit back like this. So what I've decided to do was that, in the first few episodes that I did of this show, I would treat everything as though it's a major topic, and then I would over-explain certain things, even if there was no need to do it. So what I decided to do, I decided to break it down into minor and major topics, starting with the major ones first, and that's the ones that I can actually go a bit more in depth, and then the minor comments. It's just something that I can get through pretty quickly. I think the most that I'll go on one is maybe about 2-3 minutes, but that's about it. Also, for this week, there's a lot of really big ones, and you'll see what I mean. So, for the first big topic, the big thing to happen last Sunday was the 2018 Golden Globe Awards. I think you see where I'm going with this. I will go ahead and say that I don't see the Golden Globes as a big award show like the Oscars, because the people who vote in the Golden Globes, excuse me, are members of the Hollywood Foreign Press, who are, from my understanding, journalists and photographers from foreign nations who just happen to live in Los Angeles. I may be wrong, but that's what I've heard. Anyway, Mallory and I, we had actually gone into guessing the night before to see, you know, who could actually get them right, and she actually got more right than I did. I got 8, and she got 9. Actually, I still got the papers right here, but I went ahead and jotted everything down in my show notes, just so I didn't have to, like, crinkle it and try to be like, okay, I can't see in this light, let me see, ooh. But, yeah, I'm just gonna go through the categories, the film categories, and say the winners. Okay, so, for Best Original Song, it was This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. Mallory got that. I thought that it was gonna be, Remember Me. Best Original Score was Alexander Desplat for Shape of Water. I thought about that. He was my wild card, but I chose Hans Zimmer, but Mallory got him. Best Screenplay was 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Neither of us got that. Best Director, Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. I got that because I just had a really good feeling that Shape of Water was going to be nominated and it was going to win quite a few things. But anyway, you'll see where I'm going with this. Best Performance by a Supporting Actor was for Sam Rockwell and his performance in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Best Performance by a Supporting Actress was Allison Janney for I, Tonya. Mallory got that. And actually, we're going to see I, Tonya tomorrow, so I should be able to get out a review sometime before Wednesday morning. I'll see what I can do on that. Best Performance by an Actor, Musical, or Comedy, James Franco for The Disaster Artist, and we both got that because we really loved James Franco in The Disaster Artist as Tommy Wiseau. I did not hit her, it's bullshit, I did not hit her, I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I know that's a terrible impression, but I don't care. Let me see, where am I? Oh, Best Performance by an Actress in a Comedy or Musical was Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. Neither of us got it. If I remember correctly, I picked Emma Stone, I think, because I think that her performance in Battle of the Sexes may have been better than the one in La La Land, and she won a frickin' Oscar for that. Excuse me. Best Performance by an Actor in a Drama Film, Gary Oldman for The Darkest Hour. I got that. I was so happy with it. Best Performance by an Actress in a Drama Film, Frances McDormand for, oh, I didn't even write it, damn. Oh, for some reason I had a brain fart because I looked and it was like, I put the name of the film next to the actor, and for some reason I left it out with Frances McDormand, but it was for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Mallory got that one. Best animated feature, it was Coco. We all knew it was Coco. Fucking Ferdinand wasn't gonna win. Boss Baby wasn't gonna win. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? Best motion picture for musical or comedy was Lady Bird. Mallory got that. She really loved Lady Bird. And actually, you know what? I did too. And then finally, the best motion picture for drama. This one actually surprised me. Neither of us got this. It was 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I was preaching the Shape of Water train, even though I hadn't seen it yet, because in our area it still hasn't shown up, which I'm really pissed about. It needs to show up sooner or later. But yeah, I just had a feeling that it was going to be nominated, and that if it was nominated so much, then it was most likely going to win in a lot of areas, but... sorry. I'm still getting used to my sleep schedule, and it's just, I don't know, it was weird. Anyway, for the next topic, this is more award stuff. This is for the 2018 BAFTA nominations, and the ceremony for these actual awards are being held on February 18th, so not too far from here. This one I will list out in my show notes, and I'm going to talk about each category and nominee, and then I'll go ahead and do my prediction, and I'll write my prediction in a notebook. Where's the... oh, hold on. There's a notebook over here. I'll just use the one that me and Mallory used for... oh, I need a pen. I'm going to use the notebook that we used for the Golden Globes. Okay. Oh, cool. It's barely been used. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, starting in special visual effects. That's odd. Okay. Hang on. 2018 BAFTAs. Also, you guys can keep track of this, because what I'm doing is that I'm just going to list my pick after I list all of the names. Special visual effects. Okay, for the BAFTAs, here are the special visual effects nominees. Blade Runner 2049, Dunkirk, The Shape of Water, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and War for the Planet of the Apes. I'm going to pick Planet of the Apes because even though I loved Blade Runner this year, I actually prefer the visual effects in War for the Planet of the Apes, especially because it just shows how far motion capture has come, and how we could actually turn Andy Serkis into a fucking ape. It just looks amazing. Okay, so War for the Planet of the Apes. Cool. Okay. And for sound, oh, this may actually be a little bit harder. For sound, it's Baby Driver, Blade Runner 2049, Dunkirk, Shape of Water, and Star Wars The Last Jedi. This one's actually a little bit harder for me. I'm stuck between like 2 movies. Oh, damn it. Okay. Here's what I'll do. Sound. I'm gonna pick Blade Runner. Blade Runner 2049. Yeah, I was thinking Blade Runner because I did mention this in my Blade Runner review from last year, but I went to the Dolby Cinema downtown, and the ambient sound was so loud that you could feel the entire room shake, and I absolutely loved it. Next is hair and makeup, or makeup and hair. That's a... I've only ever seen it the other way around. That actually sounds weird. Okay. Best makeup and hair. Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, I, Tonya, Victoria and Abdul, and Wonder. I actually know the answer to this. I am going to pick Darkest Hour, because after a while, I forgot that Gary Oldman had any kind of prosthetics, and it was amazing. I mean, just holy shit. Okay, costume design. This one may be a little bit harder for me, so just bear with me. Okay, so for costume design, Beauty and the Beast, Darkest Hour, I, Tonya, The Shape of Water, and The Phantom Thread. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I haven't seen this movie yet, but I'm going to write down Phantom Thread because, I mean, the main character is a fashion designer, so I'm going to assume that that's like a shoe-in. But who knows, I may be wrong. Let me scroll down to production design. Okay, production design. We have Beauty and the Beast, Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, and The Shape of Water. Actually, that's easy for me. It's Blade Runner 2049. I mean, that was the second most impressive thing about the movie, behind the cinematography by Roger Deakins, who I absolutely love. Cinematography? Oh god. I already know, you guys already know which one I'm gonna say, but I'll go ahead and tell you, other than Blade Runner, which is my choice, we also had Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Okay, let me just write down this part. Blade Runner 2049. Okay. Okay, and then original music. I love how it's called original music when it should just say music, because we haven't had adapted best adapted score and then best original score in so long. It's odd. Anyway, best original music, Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Phantom Thread, and Shape of Water. God, it would be easier if I had seen more than just 3 of these movies. You know what? I'm gonna go with Shape of Water. I just have a feeling. The Shape of Water. Okay, and then best supporting actor. Okay, you've got Christopher Plummer for All the Money in the World, Hugh Grant for Paddington 2, which is kind of weird, but I kind of like that. Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Woody Harrelson for the same movie, and then Willem Dafoe for the Florida Project. I already know exactly which one I am choosing. I am choosing Christopher Plummer for supporting actor, because that is one of the best performances that I've ever seen him give, and I absolutely loved his performance in All the Money in the World. Christopher Plummer. There we go, yes. Okay, and then supporting actress. This one's going to be a little bit hard because I'm biased towards certain things, but we'll see how it is. Okay, so in the supporting actress column, we have Allison Janney for I, Tonya, Kristen Scott Thomas for Darkest Hour, Laurie Metcalf for Lady Bird, Leslie Manville for Phantom Thread, and then Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water. I have a feeling it's Allison Janney because she's been killing it recently in the different award shows. Okay, leading actor. Leading actor. Okay, so for leading actor, you obviously have Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread, because you can't not have Daniel Day-Lewis on your list. Excuse me. Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour, Jamie Bell for Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool, another movie that I haven't seen yet, And then Timothy Chalamet, Call Me By Your Name. This is easy for me. I am going with Gary Oldman. And there we go. Okay, lead actress. Annette Bening, film stars don't die in Liverpool. Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Margot Robbie, I, Tonya. Sally Hawkins, Shape of Water. And Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird. See, this is a lot harder because I've seen like a couple of people on this list get awards already, but it's like I want Sally Hawkins to win. You know what? I'm gonna throw in a wild card. That's gonna be my only wild card. I'm gonna say that for leading actress, Sally Hawkins is gonna win, even though I haven't seen her win once, or at least I don't know if she has for Shape of Water, but I know that I haven't seen anything. Best adapted screenplay. You've got Call Me by Your Name, The Death of Stalin. Oh, my alarm went off. Oh, sorry about that. If you guys could hear that, that was my alarm. Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool, Molly's Game, and Paddington 2. I'm going to go with the only one on this list that I've actually seen, and that's Molly's Game, mainly because I did actually really love the script. Adapted screenplay. Sorry, it takes a while for me to write because I suck at this. Molly's Game. Okay, and then the next one's original screenplay. Hell yeah. Okay. For original screenplay, it's Get Out, I, Tonya, Lady Bird, Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards. I'm gonna say Get Out because I have a feeling it's gonna be Get Out. Which, sorry if I sound, you know, unappreciative. Which I want to think. Excuse me. Oh no, I've just had a. I've noticed that a lot of people haven't shut up about Get Out in a while, so it's like, you know, it could come in and snag a win. Okay, for director, let me see. We have Blade Runner 2049, which I actually love that one. You know, his directing style. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Shape of Water, Call Me by Your Name, and Dunkirk. I'm gonna go ahead and say The Shape of Water just because I have a really good feeling. I don't know how to explain it. I just really do. Okay, and then animated film. Nope, that's obvious. Coco. Because I don't think anybody... Like, I've seen Loving Vincent. I will actually come out with a review. I'll go ahead and say it's not worthy of winning. Although I do see why they added it, and it was for a good reason. Okay, and then actually best film. I'm actually at the end for the BAFTA ones. Okay. Best film. You've got 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, The Shape of Water, Dunkirk, Darkest Hour, and Call Me by Your Name. If it was a little bit wider, I wouldn't have so much of an issue, but I'm going to go ahead and write The Shape of Water, just because I really have a feeling about these things, even though they haven't worked out recently. Okay, and there you guys go. That's my entire list of predictions for the BAFTA Awards. I will also do this in the next coming weeks, because I believe the Oscar nominations are coming out on the 23rd, and right now it's the 15th, so that's about 8 days if my math is right. Hopefully it is. Okay, on the next topic. Okay, even with the controversy that's going around the film because of the original J. Paul Getty, Kevin Spacey, all the money in the world seems to be part of another bit of bad news. While the director, Ridley Scott, did claim that when they brought people on for more reshoots, or, you know, extra scenes with Christopher Plummer, none of the actors except for Plummer himself were paid. But it turns out that that wasn't exactly the case. Somebody looked up the financial report somehow, I don't remember exactly, but Michelle Williams got paid $80 per diem, which added up to $1,000. However, according to USAA Today, Mark Wahlberg was paid $1.5 million for his participation. And many have claimed that Williams being paid under $80 per diem is in an obvious violation of the Screen Actors Guild regulations. And from what I know about some of the Guild's regulations, I'm pretty sure that they're correct. All I know is that there is definitely still a clear pay disparity, I believe the word is, in Hollywood between actors and actresses. Okay, and here's another one. The Gambit movie lost another director. Who saw this coming? Show of hands, I know. So, Gore Verbinski, best known for being the captain of the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean films, has exited the actual project for stupid reasons. It happened during pre-production, and he's citing scheduling issues as the reason. I'm not sure how true that is exactly, because it's a normal cliche to say something like, you know, I left because of scheduling conflicts. Creative differences. Channing Tatum's still set to portray Gambit, but the main question is, will this film ever see the light of day? And should it even been a possibility to make in the first place? In my opinion, probably not, but, you know, I'm just one guy. Okay, and then following up... Oh, shit, sorry. Following up with another X-Men Universe news story, we got 2 birds with 1 stone. Just in one day, it was announced that the Deadpool 2 release date had been moved up a month, so it's now coming out in May instead of June, which is great news, but in other terrible news, New Mutants has been bumped 10 months back, which does not look good. I'm actually looking. It moved from mid-April 2018 to late February 2019, and that's bad. Reports have said that the film tested okay with test audiences, but Fox wants to rework it to be scarier in the wake of last year's landmark year for horror, particularly Stephen King's It. Yeah, because that's something to focus on instead of focusing on making it a good movie. But you know, whatever. I don't know shit. As for the new Deadpool 2 release date, the only really notable thing is that he should be releasing into theaters either, excuse me, before or after. Wait, what did I say? Oh, sorry. I yawned and then I had a brain fart, but, a week after Deadpool 2 comes out is Solo Star Wars story, which, by the way, we still have... How have we still not gotten a trailer? What the fuck is going on? Oh, and yet another awards show occurred last week. You know what? Until the beginning of March, I'm just gonna assume that for every episode of this, I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 award, listings. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, this is for the Critics' Choice Awards, where film and television critics vote in different categories. Way more legitimate to me than the Golden Globes. Anyway, here are the categories and the winners. For Best Score, Alexander Desplat. Desplat? I don't know why I said Duplat. For The Shape of Water, Best Song is Remember Me from Coco. Best sci-fi or horror movie is Get Out. I told you, there's frickin' awards in here for Get Out. Best Actress in a Comedy goes to Margot Robbie for I, Tonya. Best Actor in a Comedy goes to James Franco for The Disaster Artist. Best Comedy goes to The Big Sick. Best Action Film goes to Wonder Woman. Best Animated Feature goes to Coco. We all expected that. Best Visual Effects goes to War for the Planet of the Apes because it deserves it. Yes! Best Hair and Makeup, Darkest Hour. Yes, does deserve it. Best Costuming Design, Phantom Thread. Wow, I was actually right. For editing, it was actually a tie. It was a tie between Dunkirk and Baby Driver, and I was hoping that it was Baby Driver because, well, if you guys have not seen Baby Driver, holy shit, just watch it. You'll see what we mean by editing. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Anyway, Best Production Design, Blade Runner 2049. Best Adapted Screenplay, Call Me By Your Name. Best Original Screenplay, Get Out. Best Director, Guillermo del Toro. Best Acting Ensemble, 3 Billboards. Best Young Actor/Actress, Brooklyn Price for The Florida Project. Best Supporting Actress, Allison Janney for I, Tonya. Best Supporting Actor, Sam Rockwell for for 3 Billboards. Best Actress with Frances McDormand from the same movie. Best Actor, Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour. And then finally, Best Picture is Shape of Water. Okay. I'm pretty sure that ever since I started doing Last Week in Cinema, I've been talking non-stop about the Quentin Tarantino 1969 movie, because every time I look, there's some kind of new announcement on the movie. I mean, after being so long on vacation, I get the chance to talk about the film yet again. I didn't even hear any announcement while I was taking my vacation, and it's just like, oh, it knew. Excuse me. It just knew. But anyway, nothing new about the plot has been shown. Those details are still scarce, but instead we learned that Calvin Candy is returning to work with Tarantino. That's right. Leonardo DiCaprio is the first official person to sign on to Tarantino's 1969 project. And Tarantino is still reported to be going after Margot Robbie and Tom Cruise. And whenever DiCaprio is added to a cast for a film, he immediately elevates that film. Plus, he gave one of his best performances while working under Tarantino in Django Unchained. So it'll be cool to see how much further he goes in the movie. Okay, and that's actually it for the main topics, or at least main topics to me. Right now are the the minor topics. I'm starting to get really tired. But anyway, it was announced that Vin Diesel was in talks with to lead Sony Studios' Bloodshot movie, and the story of Bloodshot centers around a mob killer named Angelo Mortali, who enters a witness protection program. When he is betrayed by the Handler, he becomes part of a secret experiment to create the ultimate killing machine. His memories are erased, and he is injected with microscopic computers called nanites, which turn him into an unstoppable force. With new strength to spare, he tries to rediscover who he is while battling both the police and the mob. And so far, Dave Wilson is set to direct, and the Arrival writer, Eric Hager, I don't know how to pronounce his name, he's penning the script. Oh yeah, there's the announcement of Tim Miller developing a Kitty Pryde movie for Fox. This will most likely not happen due to the whole Disney-Fox deal, so I don't know why this is news. That's just, it's weird. Actually, speaking of more Marvel stuff, it looks like Scarlett Johansson could finally get her own movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I was honestly just as surprised as you are. The fact that a Black Widow standalone movie is really close. It's not greenlit, but they found a writer, and I think what they're doing is that they're just saying, hey, we'll give you this assignment, why don't you see what you can do? And then, excuse me. You know, just, if it ends up being a good script, then they'll be like, you know what, yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, John Williams confirmed to score Star Wars Episode 9. Only words I have for this is hashtag no shit. Of course he's coming back. Natalie Portman is in talks to replace Reese Witherspoon in Pale Blue Dot. And the reason why Witherspoon left that film was to clear her schedule for the second season of Big Little Lies on HBO. Anyway, Pale Blue Dot is the feature debut of Noah Hawley, or Hawley, or whatever, creator of Legion and Fargo, and Blue Dot follows a successful female astronaut who starts to unravel when faced with everyday life after she returns from a mission in space. I am actually very curious about that. I was worried that it was going to be like some kind of weird thing going on. Let me see. Oh, Fox actually canceled James Mangold's Patty Hearst biopic. And this is very simple. Patty Hearst complained about the source material that the film was based off of. She talked about that and complained a little bit, saying that the book called American Heiress by Jeffrey Toobin romanticizes torture and rape. So because of that, you know, Fox isn't allowing it to go any forward. And then for our last one, this one's very simple. I could care less about this. Shazam gets a April 2019 release date. Woo! Anyway, that's it for this installment of Last Week in Cinema. I'm very happy to be back, and I can't wait to continue. I'm sorry if it did drag a little bit. It's mainly because I am just a bit tired, and also I haven't done this in a while, so I'm just sitting here like, how do I conduct myself? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Thank you all for your continued support, and I'll see you in the next video.